Guys, what's going on? Welcome to Serial at Midnight. My name is Heath, and this is new arrivals. We're talking about new arrivals from Mill Creek Entertainment, and I'm tremendously excited about this episode. We are kicking it off with RAD, the new Blu-ray version with a Mill Creek exclusive steelbook. Then we have 4 new arrivals in the retro VHS slipcover series. And just for reference, I've gone ahead and pulled the past. By my counts, I went to the shelf, so I pulled off every retro VHS. We've covered them all here in past videos. So if you're like, yeah, I wish Serial at Midnight would talk about those retro VHS, every single one of these has been covered in a video here at Serial at Midnight. And by my count, there were 26 before the new wave, and now there are 30. So what a cool time to be into this stuff. Especially for those of us who are alive and discovered so many of these movies in the video store in the first place. And then last but certainly not least, we're talking about the complete series of Tropical Heat. This is the complete series on DVD. It is a 12-disc set. It includes the movie. Let's do these one at a time, and I think I want to start with RAD. I think that's the one. It's a big deal. I mean, it's a really big deal. But we have to address the elephant in the room. RAD got a 4K release a while back, about a year or so ago, and it sold out like that. It sold out so fast. And so many people asked me, will we ever be able to buy it again? Is it coming back? And I was like, I don't know. So when Mill Creek announced that they had picked this up for Blu-ray and that it would be hitting store shelves all over the place, Mill Creek is able to get into those big box stores, Best Buys and Targets and Walmarts. This is great news for the movie RAD and for fans of RAD. And this steelbook is exclusive from Mill Creek. So this is the new 4K restoration on Blu-ray. There's not a 4K disc here. It's the 4K restoration on a Blu-ray. But let's just get a look at this thing. First of all, here's the special features. Let me hold that up for you. You can pause that if you want to. But there's, it's the new 4K transfer from the 35mm original camera negative. There's a Q&A session featuring the cast members. There's archival video interviews. There's original behind the scenes, a featurette behind the scenes, and the Break the Ice music video. So it's got a lot of cool special features there, and let's behold the majesty of the RAD steelbook. Now, Mill Creek is not new to the steelbook game. I like the way that they put the arts on the case. Like, you get a case, but you protect the steelbook, right? Mill Creek understands that steelbook collectors want the steelbook, that it's collectible and it should be protected. Not everybody does that, and I wish they did. There are steelbooks for Mothra, for the anime Metropolis, for the entire Showa era, the classic era of Ultraman. Every single one of those Ultraman series has a standard version. I call it standard. Your typical like hub and the tray, and the steelbook version. So Mill Creek's not new to this, but I do think that they have excelled at mastering the art of the collectible steelbook. So here's the without the art, without the text, right? The untexted art. There's the front. There's the back. Tell you what, let's do this. Oh yeah. Hopefully it comes through. It's got kind of that metallic, reflective nature to it. There is a Movie Spree digital redemption code. Let me set this over here. This is the inside of the steelbook. Even the disc looks cool. It's just such a tribute to this movie. Let me remove the disc and just show you there. So, this is one of those movies that I'm just so happy is on disc again, and that everybody has a chance to see it. My loyalty is not to collecting. My loyalty is to movies, to film literacy. I want people to see cool things. That's my mission statement. That's the foundation of this channel, to tell people about cool things, comics, movies, books, cool locations. So I just want people to see more cool movies. It makes me happy that RAD is back on the table and that anybody that wants it can find it and buy it, pick it up. I did a crossover episode about a year or so ago with Films at Home. We've done a couple of things in the last year or so, but we did 5 movies that need Blu-rays still. RAD was on a lot of people. We got a lot of feedback talking about RAD. And so all those people that were looking for RAD now have another opportunity to pick up RAD. And for me, I like high definition. I'm a 4K fan. I like Blu-rays, but I just want people to see cool movies. And so RAD being widely available is a win for us all. I think it's a really big deal. So congratulations and thanks to Mill Creek Entertainment for being able to distribute that. It's really encouraging, and it kind of opens the door and the speculation of like what's on the table now. If RAD is on the table, what else is on the table that maybe someone else has put out, went out of print? Is that back on the table now? It raises a lot of questions, but I think it's an exciting question to ponder. Let's talk about the new retro VHS slipcover releases. Again, as I say, we've covered all of these in the past. These are not in order, but these are, I believe, the entire collection to date. I love these because I grew up in the video store, right? Like I was renting videos in the 80s from a very young age. You get the movie in HD, and you get cool VHS slipcover art, and then of course underneath you have a different. If you don't like this, you don't have to go with that. You can just use the standard Blu-ray art. But none of these four that I have been able to determine have any sort of special features. It's just the movie. These are what we would call a cataloged. In the industry, we would call these a catalog title. I was pushing my glasses up. And I should also say, I think, like, have manageable and fair expectations about these. These have been sitting in the vaults of the companies that, the parent company that owns these, probably for a long time. Mill Creek does not do in-house restoration work. They license content. So with these movies, I think we really should be grateful. There should be an hashtag attitude of hashtag gratitude. Push those glasses back up again. We should be grateful that we get to have these movies in a high definition format in the first place, because some of these have just been sitting there. These are for television, for streaming, who knows. Now we can own them, and let's look at it with glass half full, right? So you know what? We'll add these to the stack. So Stopper My Mom Will Shoot. Love the movie. Sylvester Stallone doing something outside of what he was known for. Kind of flirted with comedy with Tango and Cash and a couple of other things, but he's really embracing it. And I love it for what it is. Never would have predicted at the time of Stopper My Mom Will Shoot that he would, 30 years from then, still be doing like Rambo movies and be jacked beyond, human capability. But I love Stallone. Stallone's one of my favorites. Gorillas in the Mist. This is the Sigourney Weaver film. Sigourney Weaver stars in the movie about the real life gorilla researcher. What's her anthropologist Diane Fossey, based on a true story about gorillas. Here's the inner artwork for that. By the way, I have neglected. Here's the back. Let me show you the back of Stop. Shoot. That was not so good. These are the first ones. They're very glossy, and I dig it, because there were some VHS tapes back in the day that were very glossy. My Robin Hood Prince of Thieves VHS from 1991, super glossy, and it had a smell like a new pack of trading cards. And these have that. They're very high gloss. None of the others have been glossy like this. So this is a new thing from Mill Creek. Gold Diggers. Now, I have not yet discovered this movie. This is a movie, but before they announced it, I never even heard of it. I was like, Gold Diggers? I don't know that. But it's Christina Ricci, who so many of us love from the Addams Family, and Anna Klumsky, who my girl traumatized the generation. I think we was like, it's that kid from Home Alone. Oh no, what happened to that kid? It was like bees everywhere. So this looks like kind of like kids Indiana Jones. So here's the front of the retro VHS. There's the back. Let me show you the inner artwork. Doesn't look very Indiana Jones-ish. By the way, it's like different artwork on each case too. Each bit of art. We have like 4 times the art. I think that's cool. So anyway, and last but not least for the retro VHS is The Babe, the John Goodman movie about Babe Ruth. I remember there being such incredible hype around this. I believe there was award buzz. Did he get an award for this? I want to say he did, but I don't remember off the top of my head. Anyway, this is a fantastic movie. John Goodman is great. It's it's coming up on baseball season as I'm recording this video, so I'm kind of in the mood. You know, everybody's looking for spring and warmer temperatures and like spring training. You guys, it's time for some baseball. So here's the alternate, the inner Blu-ray artwork for that. And again, you know, reasonable expectations will be met. I love these. I think they're the best. I think they're just the coolest to keep the spirit of the video store alive, but also to preserve a high definition, more modern experience, right? So they always do this too. You get this, you know, this side of the box is more polished and more, you know, colorful, and then the other side is like the label of an old VHS tape. And I just think that's so fun. These are just, I think Mill Creek has knocked it out of the park with these. You know what? Can I flip these around without knocking everything over? Look at all that. Look at all that. Let's leave them like that for the rest of the video. And let's wrap it up with some talk about Tropical Heat. This is a Canadian show. Now, I haven't experienced a whole lot of this show, so I'm really excited to discover, because this really feels like my jam. It's a Canadian show from the early 90s about his name. Okay, he wasn't looking for trouble, but it found him in paradise. Nick Slaughter. He's an ex. He's fired after one too many clashes with his bosses at the Drug Enforcement Administration. Maverick cop Nick Slaughter winds up in Key Maria, Florida. It looks like a nice quiet spot, just a place for a little leisurely private investigating, but it's not long before Nick starts to see Key Maria in a whole new light. Aided and abetted by local girl Sylvie Gerard, the former DEA man soon discovers there's no escape from dead bodies and drug runners. The only difference is this time, the scenery and the girls are a whole lot prettier. Like, this is from the era of Baywatch, Highlander, Renegade, Forever Night. By the way, Forever Night, also complete series DVD set from Mill Creek Entertainment. This is, like, I love stuff like this. Look at let me show you the back of the box and some of the art here. So, we're dealing with these. I'm not going to make the joke. I do it every single time when Who is it? Come in. Okay. I did it anyway. I told you I wasn't going to do it, and I did it. It comes in this hard clamshell case. The discs themselves are in these cardboard sleeves. We know why, you know, we've talked to Barrett Evans from Mill Creek Entertainment. He let us know that one of the reasons that they do this is because there's no chance of a loose disc in transportation. You know, you don't get a loose floating disc. There's no worry about scratches as they get packaged and sent to all four corners of wherever. So that's the reason behind it. I think it's understandable. And you have trying to get them back out. There's 12 discs. 11. We're running about 5 to 6 episodes on each disc. We're talking about 50-minute episodes, 5 or 6 episodes per disc. So there's a little bit of compression. There's a little bit of, you understand what that means. That's going to mean that there's a little bit of an impact on the video quality. But this is intended to be an easy way to pick this up without breaking the bank and to sell as many copies as possible. I think that's understandable. The last disc here is the movie. I'm trying to find it here. From the Files of Tropical... It's Crisscross. Crisscross from the Files of Tropical Heat. I believe this was like 99, or it was somewhere around the millennium. And Crisscross, I believe, again, no experts on Tropical Heat, but I believe this movie was a couple of episodes that had kind of been edited together into a film version. Highlander did a lot of, that was very common at the time. So anyway, I just wanted to shout this out. This is the complete series. It does come with a digital Movie Spree redeemable version. All this is either out now or will be out very soon during the month of March. To tell you what I'll do, I'll put links to where you can buy this stuff in the description of this video. And any purchases that you make through those links kick a little bit back to Serial at Midnight. A small percentage goes back to Serial at Midnight, which of course we in turn put back into our channel. So you'd be helping us out if you click through those links. Thank you. You're helping us out by watching these videos too, with all your likes and your thumbs ups and your comments. We appreciate you so very much. So take care. Thanks to Mill Creek Entertainment. Thanks for this stellar March release wave. And I want to know from you guys what's your priority? What's your favorite thing here? What's the thing you gotta have? It can be more than one thing. But anyway, guys, thanks so much. Take care. And until next time, I will catch you later.